A lot of traders and social media talks about it, put it in their chart, but they don't really tell you why and what is it for. So in this video, I'll explain to you the what and the how. How's VWAPs used properly? So let's get into it. So what is VWAP? So VWAP stands for volume weighted average price, and the average price of everything that traded today, weighted by volume. So it measures between the start of Asian session and goes throughout the whole session. So pretty much throughout the whole day. So it's pretty much an intraday tool. So VWAPs could be used for two purposes. It can be used as a magnet, which I use to whenever I trade VWAP the most. So whenever it's a balanced market, essentially a ranging market, VWAP acts like a magnet. So price will stretch away from it, but then eventually buyers or sellers get exhausted and eventually it will go back to the VWAP or snap back to it. Or it can use it as a trading market as a support. So once it gets back into it, to the VWAP, it will either bounce off or reject off of it and go to the downside or to the upside. So those are two main ways to use VWAP. So for example, I'll draw you. This yellow line is the VWAP, and this red line is the market. So if market breaks through it, it's a trending line. So this is a trending market. So once it breaks it, it's going to continue trading down. Eventually, if it's too far out of the VWAP, it will bounce back up and retest the VWAP. And then it goes back down. It could also blow past it, but majority of the time it will go back down. That's one way to use VWAP. Another way you can use VWAP as entry. Let's say VWAP's below and charts goes down. You can use this support if it bounced back up. You can use this as a support to go buy. So those are two ways you use VWAP. You could buy or sell at the VWAP, or you can use it as an indicator that if it goes past it and volume's exhausted, you can use this as an exit point whenever it bounce or heading towards back to the VWAP. So VWAP is a great tool for both exit and entry. That's why it's one of the most popular trading tool in the trading industry. These are 4 type mistakes you should avoid when using VWAP. So trading crossover. So if price is constantly chopping, so let's say VWAP's in the middle. Draw this again. So if VWAP's in the middle like this, and price is constantly chopping, like back and forth, like this, and then go back up. If it's like super short and go back up, then it goes back in and goes back up. VWAP's pretty much pointless. How do you identify that? Well, you can't, to be honest. You have to use other indicators to identify if the VWAP's pointless. That's why using it VWAP by itself, it's not as great as using VWAP with other indicator that complements the VWAP. When you use other indicators that complements the VWAP, it will make the VWAP very powerful. But on the bright side, it pretty much tell you skip that day, essentially. Using it on higher time frame, yeah, it's kind of self-explanatory. VWAP is built for intraday, so you can't use it on daily chart or 4-hour charts. It would just be pointless. So VWAPs are best for 1-hour charts and below. Then fading into a trending market. Yeah, if it extends and doesn't reverse, it's a trending market. It's gonna keep on dropping. So like, let's say the charts are like this. So it's dropping. It's trending downwards. VWAP is doing this. It's far extended out. Without context with other indicators, you could easily think that VWAP's far away and eventually will try to pull back, but what if it never did? So you need to be paired up with other indicators of the VWAP, and having it by itself it's a risky maneuver. Another way you could identify that VWAP might be heading back up is if it's on an hourly support or a daily support resistance. So that's another way you could use it as an entry point. I see other traders use EMAs. That's another great way to help identify if it's going to continue down or it's going to reverse. So VWAP is a great tool. I'll say VWAP's like a complementary indicator with the rest of your strat. So think of VWAP as a sports terminology. It's like a point guard. VWAPs gives you assists to other players or other indicators to score or to get a winning trade. So without scorers or other indicators, who are you going to pass to? You pretty much make the point guard pointless. So that's why you need other confluences to trade. Because if you don't have other to trade, it's pointless. VWAP's almost useless to use. You might as well just don't put it on there. If they're not open or it looks buggy, you don't pass them, obviously, right? So make sure you use it with other indicators. Don't solely rely on VWAP. Or else you're going to run in circles, essentially, in trading. So in my next segment, I'll show you guys in charts how I utilize VWAP. Okay, guys, in this segment, I'll show you guys how to use VWAPs in charts. So this is what it looks like when you guys open it up initially. So to set up VWAP, you need to do this. I usually don't use the upper band, so I remove those. And then the VWAP, I make it a little more prominence. So I'll make it like super thick. Then I change color. You can change whatever color you like. I do mine purple or red. And then I do dash. So I know this is my VWAP line. So I don't get mistaken with when I'm using EMAs and stuff. It's easy, recognizable, and identifiable. Like I was mentioning, you gotta pair up with stuff like an EMA. This is general EMA. So you see how like the EMA is it's following along the charts. It's most likely not gonna head back to VWAP. It might. So for example, like this one might, but looks eventually pulls back. If the EMA start curling back up, like right here, then this is a great entry. But sometime when it's like super big like this, it won't cross back to VWAP. It will get near it, but sometimes it won't cross. So this is like another example why it didn't cross up. But when it does go, it does go back to VWAP. But yeah, guys, this is my video about how to use VWAP properly. So don't use it solo. All right, guys. I hope you guys like this video. Give a like if you like it. Leave a comment if you have any questions or have any other suggestion we want me to talk about. I'll make a video about it. I have a free checklist in my link. So if you guys click on it, it'll give you like a basic checklist of what I usually check whenever I go in trading. Hope you guys like this video, and I'll catch you guys on the next one. Thanks. Peace out.